what it is, how you bossing squad. This your girl Kaylee, and I'm back with another BC Boss Chic recap and review of episode 6 of the Belle Collective. This episode is called Sage and Champagne. So without further ado, let's get into this. Alright, so on the last episode, we finished the brunch and Lateshia making her announcement about Farish Street. Yay. So it's out in the open, it's out in the atmosphere. Latrice was not there at the brunch, so she did not get the rundown. So the scene opened up with Lateshia meeting up with Latrice for lunch. These gals discussed the Farish Street project. She gave her the overview and expanded a little bit further of what the resource center would mean for new business owners. They both are on the same page as far as providing resources for new businesses. They want to give new businesses information that they wish that they had learned in the beginning processes of their business ventures. So they're looking forward to pouring into the community and into new business owners in a unselfish way, and I dig that. So Lateshia did mention that Marie is her first investor. Marie and Essie are the first investors for the Farish Street project, and she would love for Latrice to come on board since she is a boss babe as well. Latrice is having some reservations about it, simply because of the encounter that they have had in the past. She just feels that Marie is a mean girl. And she stated that she is one of the nicest people in the world. Lateshia had to check that. She said, "Yeah, you're nice in front of me, but you can't say that you're nice all the time." I love the checks that Lateshia makes. So this was a check moment. Everybody brings out something different in other people. Circumstances, you may have gotten off on the wrong foot. So it's always a chance, that this person may perceive you this way while you are genuinely this type of person. That's why I feel like a conversation does need to be had. There are layers being shed from everybody. So it's good to see all 4 seasons of people before making a snap judgment on who they are. So the scene went over to Tambra. She has a doctor's appointment and she had been in, heavy thought about children. She just wanted to get a checkup in and talk to her doctors. She opened up about her personal struggles with fibroids. This is a sensitive subject for me because my mother suffered from fibroids all through her 20s, 30s, and part of her 40s. Tambra said that she had suffered from fibroids in her 20s and over the years, so she knows the ins and outs of what they can do to the body. People don't take fibroids seriously, which they should. It has a huge effect on the reproductive system, so it's good that she is getting this in check now. The doctors found that she has 4 new fibroids, and fibroids have a reduction rate of successful pregnancies by 80%. So it's good that she's getting this in check now before trying to utilize the frozen eggs that she has mentioned in the past episodes. So it's good to get that in check now. The doctors want to undergo a surgery to get that in check before trying to go over to the next phase of having her babies. It would take a 3-month recovery period before she can think about doing anything with her eggs. So this is a good thing, a good topic that many women need to hear about, the reproductive system and fibroids, because it is not talked about enough. Alright, and the next thing went over to Antoinette. She is meeting with other fellow doctors. She's wanting to have a black doctor meeting to discuss some ideas that she has about, promoting the thought and enrollment of more medical students and doctors, promoting black doctors. She brings Kaylon along. to a black doctor meeting. She brings Kaylon along. And she stated that she wanted to bring Kaylon along because she is a nurse practitioner and wants to give her a more professional space of how, black people interact and talk about black excellence without, her feeling attacked in a way. Okay, let's get it. She discussed some things with the rest of the doctors, and she mentioned that she would like to put forth a program that would pay for the dental administration test for those black students across Mississippi who would like to apply for dental school. So that sounds great to me. Testing fees can be expensive. And can be a little discouraging, so that is a plus for those who are thinking about dental school. So you guys, get in touch with Miss Antoinette if you are thinking about becoming a dental student so that you can get on the correct path. One of the ladies said that she already mentors 3 potential dental students, and Antoinette was all for that. She thinks that it's a good idea to go ahead and start mentoring these kids and supporting them through the process to get them into the door so that we can have more black excellence. I love it. I love that idea. All proactive ideas. So after they got done with the meeting with the other doctors, Kaylon and Antoinette had a conversation, and she mentioned, by being in the space of the brunch and the black doctors meeting, she was able to empathize a little bit more with the black woman plight of how we are treated in society, by her feeling like her race was attacked. She got a small piece of how we maneuver through our days and how we have to bite our tongue sometimes. We bite our tongues a lot. You were in the situation for a half a second, and we'll get back to it, but she stated that, she empathizes a little bit more and is looking forward to helping to make some changes. So the scene went over to Latrice. Latrice gets home in her little black dress. She is expecting flowers and roses and food, and nothing is there. You know why she's expecting all of this? Is because it's her and Cliff Zaddy's 5th year anniversary. So she's expecting, this is a milestone. Let's have a good night, a good celebration. And nothing is there. Then Cliff comes home with a single rose and a present, and she's ecstatic. But when she opens that present, it was a bag of flowers. She loves flowers, so he thought it was a good idea to make a joke and bring her a bag of flowers. She was upset. She walked away. She was like, "You don't never do nothing for me. You don't never do nothing special, this, that, and the third." He said, "Give me 15 minutes to get dressed." He went and got dressed, and she was fawning all over him. She was hyping her man up, saying that he was a mix of Denzel, Will Smith, and Obama, looking Obama-ish. Hype your man up, girl. If that's what you like, hype him up. But he blindfolded her with a red blindfold and took her on his golf cart in the backyard. If Cliff don't do nothing else, he gonna ride around in that golf cart. He gonna get that golf cart some shine. Get it. So he took her to a spot on their land where there was a gazebo type of setup. He had the big love LED lights with roses, bouquets of roses everywhere. Table for dinner for 2. And he also brought out a gift box. It was like a turquoise teal box, and she opened it. To her surprise, she got a Rolex, a Rollie. She got a Rollie to put on her arm, and he said he bought it so that she could know when it's time to head home. And she said she felt like she's been in it with this man, and poured so much into him. She deserved a good gift. So to show her appreciation, she wanted to be a little bit vulnerable with him and she expanded on her abandonment issues with her dad and brothers. It seems like she's always losing, whether it is losing from drugs, violence, jail, even death. It feels like someone is always leaving. And she just wanted to let him know that she did not want him to leave her. She feels that sometimes, his jokes and compliments to other women and him bringing up other women is a sign that, maybe he doesn't want to be in it. Or, it was a moment of vulnerability of what she's afraid of. Cliff got mad because he said, I don't bring up other women. It got heated. He was like, don't come to him with that foolishness. He got up and he was like, you ride or you walking back to the house. He left on his golf cart and left her there, in her feelings. So it went left. It went left. So the scene went over to Marie. She's at Happy Land with her grands, and her son is supposed to meet her with the second grand. And then the husband popped up. Cedric popped up in his suit, color coordinated. And she's shocked because she said Cedric still hadn't been coming home. Their relationship has been strained. He asked how she was doing. He complimented her makeup. And she just expanded that, she's been going through some things as far as health-wise. Her lupus has been acting up. She shed another layer. She was diagnosed with lupus in 2016 and was bedridden for an entire year because of the symptoms and the pain from this autoimmune disease. This is another vulnerable moment that is so serious because lupus is a serious topic. Lupus is something that we need more information about. So I appreciate them for the awareness on these things. She says she takes about 12 pills a day just to manage, the pains and the symptoms of this autoimmune disease. It can get tiring, the strain on the body, and then you still push through for your children, your grandchildren, your business. I commend you, Marie. You are a strong one. You are a strong one. Jerez made it, and they sat down and had a good conversation. He admitted that he does not know how to communicate effectively to his family, and he often let things build up. He feels that therapy is helping him to communicate a little bit better. He has found himself communicating with the mom more often, and it's getting better. It looks like they're putting in the work. So Marie revisited the issue of school, and she wanted to just make it known that we don't know how much longer we have on this earth, her included, especially with her lupus and things like that. So she wants to make sure that she is preparing him and securing him. So she was like, in order for you to inherit anything pertaining to my business, my only requirement is that you finish school. And I think that's more than fair. School is a whole experience. It is a growth experience. So I support that. Go ahead and finish school. So the scene shot over to Antoinette. It is time for her sage and sip with her girls. She had made it known earlier that she would not be inviting Lateshia. Marie said that she couldn't make it, so she thought it was only fair that she didn't invite Lateshia either, because she feels that Lateshia does not check Marie as she is supposed to. It seems like it's always mess when it's those two around. Latrice brought up the idea again. She stated that, I thought you was going to invite Marie. I thought it was going to be, I thought you was going to do that. And then she mentioned about Lateshia and the brunches are this is always messed between, when they're around. And Kaylon decided to open her mouth and say that, the brunches, they're supposed to be about empowerment, but how can it be an empowerment if you're inviting volatile people, people who ready to snatch off earrings and throw off shoes. She was really pointing out the stereotype of the angry black woman, and I ain't like that. I didn't at all. I didn't appreciate that. So Timbra is, she was like, it normally does not go that way at the brunches. But Tamra made a point to say that, it's okay for you to disagree with people. It's okay, but it's a respect factor. This is me. I feel like you shouldn't bring them up if they are an issue. Why allow people to discuss negative things that happen at another event, or bring up people when they're not there to defend themselves? That's unfair. So I think Tamra was along those lines of the point. Why bring it up if you're not gonna let someone speak and help defend? So Tamra was trying to say that the brunches don't normally go that way. They are meant for this, and she has seen what it has done for some business women. At that point, Antoinette shut the whole conversation down and was like, "This is not what we're here for. This is not what we're here for." So they start to sage the house, trying to light the big sage and get it going. And they're saying that they have the intentions. Latrice is saging Antoinette's bed and her clothes, underwear, lingerie, saying that we got to get you a new black man, in here, and this, that, and the third. Saging is definitely a positive thing to do. I am for saging. It is invigorating. It does boost energy, and positivity is very, very effective, but you got to take it seriously. And this was not serious at all. This was just a group of women, having a kickback, playing with a real ritual. So I don't think that it was an effective sage. But go on, y'all, go off. What I did want to say regarding the whole Kaylon and Antoinette situation, if this was supposed to be a positive thing to sage the negative energy, you allow negative energy into this space. Why allow them to bring up negative topics and comments? Why? Why did you let that happen? You didn't quite check your friend the way that you expected Lateshia to check her friend, which Lateshia did check her friend. So, yeah. But the last scene is shot over to Cliff entering his home, and the saxophone is serenading him. There's a chef there with a menu. There is a table, candlelit dinner for two. He's like, "What's going on here?" And she wanted a redo of their anniversary. She asked could she read a note to him to, not get her intended message misconstrued again. She was trying to be in a vulnerable space to let him know how she felt about him and how important he was to her. He did express that words do hurt in the way that you say them. So I appreciate her for writing it out, because some people don't know how to say things or how to get the message across. But more importantly, it's important to listen to understand rather than listen to misinterpret. And Cliff, you totally misinterpreted, because I can feel the energy and where she was coming from. You could tell that she has some abandonment issues, some daddy issues. Be vulnerable to that. Be empathetic to that, and y'all were through it. They ended the night with them dancing. He also gave back her Rolex, because she said she had put her Rolex on the nightstand, and when she woke up in the morning it was gone. So by seeing the effort that she put out, and she even had somebody there to give him a massage and things like that, so he gave the Rolex back. I don't think it was fair, for her, him to walk off like that, or even take her Rolex back. But it's good that that somebody is mature enough to come back to communicate and let you know what the intentions are. So it's good to work on the communication factor of things, whether you are new or old, because miscommunications do happen. But yeah, you guys, this has been the recap review for episode 6 of the Belle Collective. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you have any thoughts on some of the serious issues, health issues, some of these race issues, these relationship issues. And we will be back. See you guys. Remember, I love you, and tell me how you boss.